Hi, this is Ian, out in one of my favourite woods, Lineover Wood, here in the Cotswolds, Gloucestershire Cotswolds, and I can't believe today feels so warm. It's actually 7 degrees, but because we've had such cold days, such a cold few weeks, very cold for the UK, down in the minuses, and today feels really quite comfortable, quite warm. I've just been out doing a Facebook Live here in nature for the guides that are on my February 2021 online guide training course, and I just thought I'll shoot a quick video. Probably won't end up being a quick video. It might end up being quite a long video, but I've got a new device, as you can see. I've got what's called a gimbal. It's a bit like an intelligent selfie stick, which enables me to walk through nature and talk to you while I'm doing it, and get through things like that behind me without the camera jumping around and everything else. So what's wonderful about this is it fixes on me. Oh, there we go. It fixes on me and stops that wobble. One of the things I've noticed when I've been making videos for people in the past is that some people find they get a little bit of motion sickness from watching me when the camera's wobbling. So this should change all that, which is great, and I can walk at a good speed, and it should be staying stable. So you'll be able to see that. So I'm experimenting this morning. I'm exploring nature. I'm experimenting with my new piece of technology, and bringing a new natural mindfulness video to you all as well. So what am I going to talk to you about? And I never really know, to be fair. When I come out into nature and I share on video, sometimes I have an idea, but quite often I don't. I'll be walking in nature like I am now, stopping, smelling. I mean, look at this. I mean, something about spring, as spring approaches, that the colours become so vibrant. Just in this spot here, there's so much. I mean, there's so much nature to see. There's moisture in the air, so I get this lovely petrichor smell. There's bird song, which you might be picking up as well on the microphone if I stay still. Yeah, there are birds around me, and the smells are around me. I can feel the ground under my feet. I've got to be careful because since the frost has melted, the path's quite slippy, but I'm walking mindfully. I'm mindfully listening. I'm breathing in the wonderful fresh air that nature has been producing overnight. This lovely fresh oxygen that's enriching my body, breathing in through my lungs. It's going into my blood system, going through to all the organs. I'm feeling pretty chilled out. I'm feeling pretty happy despite what's going on in the world. You know, being out in nature for me is my exercise. Quite often, we've been, certainly here in the UK, we get an hour of exercise, and often people think exercise is, pushing your body physically, building muscles and building your resistance and energy levels. For me, often exercise is coming out, mindfully, gently walking in nature, exploring with all my senses in the present moment. More mindful exercise, I guess, than a physical exercise. And despite it all, I feel good. I feel well. And that's really the message that I'm sharing with as many people as I can, and the guides that I train want to share this message too. And that is that at a time when we need to be looking after ourselves, we can't connect with each other as much as we'd like to, we can come out and we can connect to a beautiful space in nature like this. Whether you live near nature as I do, or whether you have a garden you can go into, or a park locally you can go to. You can find nature nature is everywhere. It's abundant. One of the reasons why we don't think nature is everywhere is that we're not noticing it. We're too busy. We're in our minds too much. And sometimes it's very healthy and good for us to give our minds a rest. All that thinking we do, all that planning we do, all that imagining, worrying that we're doing, give that a rest. Come out, as I say, into nature like this. Get in touch with nature, feel nature, see nature, hear nature, smell nature, and at certain times of the year, if you know what you're doing, you can even taste nature. You know, there are lovely blackberries along this path later on in the year, and also nuts. Some of these trees have nuts on them, and so I can even taste nature when I'm out. So I'm using all of my senses to ground myself in the present moment with nature. And one of the other benefits of coming out into nature for me as well is I get closer to my nature. The me, I sometimes find it difficult to be when I'm too much in my thoughts, too much in my feelings, too concerned about what others think about me, too worried about making mistakes in life, too worried about letting people down, getting worried about not doing enough, not thinking enough. And so when I come out here and I just walk mindfully, connecting with what I call natural mindfulness, this natural ability that we all have to be mindful and connected to nature. For me, right now, while we're disconnected from our loved ones to a great degree, some ways disconnected from ourselves, I can come out here and connect with nature and to my true nature. I invite you today, if you haven't already had your time for exercise that you're allowed, I invite you to go out. See if you can discover nature on your doorstep, and maybe practice connecting with it. And to do that, all I suggest you do, it's very, very simple. You just start looking at nature, you start listening to nature, you start breathing nature in. One way you can do that, one way I do that, is I'll often pick some nature up, and make sure it's clean nature. And what I mean by clean nature, it's not been infected by anything other than the natural world. And that smell in itself, for me, connects me very deeply to nature. So using all your senses, I suggest at this time of year, if you don't have the knowledge, you don't go out tasting nature right now, but you can go out and you can see it, you can hear it, you can feel it, and you can smell it as well. And do a little bit of natural mindfulness practice for yourself today, and then please come and tell me about it. Come back on and post your comments underneath this video, or message me and tell me how that's been for you, how that experience and that connection has been. Please share it. There's something wonderful about sharing, particularly at this time when some of us feel quite disconnected and don't get an opportunity to share like we need to sometimes as well. So take care, enjoy what it is you're doing today, and I look forward to reading some of your comments later. Bye bye now.